Rob Spangler coming to you from the Five Flags Civic Center in Dubuque, Iowa, joined by Adam Gilligan and Justin Taylor. And we are looking forward to another great fight here with our Pinnacle Combat fight card, Pinnacle Combat XIII. And our next fight tonight, guys, features Darnell Meekins and Eric Thomas. This certainly a great matchup when you talk about amateur fighters who probably are primed and ready to be pros right now. All right, well, let's get ready for this fight. Again, Eric Thomas taking on Darnell Meekins. This is a championship fight.
My name's Eric Stretch Thomas. I train with the American Pit Fighters in Burlington, Iowa. I'm 20 years old. I train every day. I train very hard. I dream and fantasize about MMA, and that's, really all I care about. I just love the whole environment and the feel when I come up to Dubuque and fight. I love fighting for Pinnacle. Harry's a great guy. He puts on some awesome shows. I fight at 155, but I'm taking this fight tonight at 170. I know he's game. He likes to fight.
My name is Darnell Meekins. I'm born and raised in Chicago. Came out to Dubuque. It's gonna be awesome fighting on Combat Chicago. We all practice everything, wrestling, on the ground and pound, stand-up, boxing, kickboxing. All of my roommates were wrestlers, or they had some kind of like combative sport behind their background, and I was like the little guy in the house kind of, so I decided to just kind of muscle up. Fighting for the first title belt, that's awesome. I feel like I'm very proud. It's something I've always thought about and really wanted, because it is the championship. No one wants to be number 2 or number 3 forever, so it's nice to have something that'll say that you're number 1.
I fought up here 3-4 months ago against Adam Gilligan. We had a good fight, got fight of the night.
He fought my training mate, Adam Gilligan, a couple months ago. It's just like when your brother gets beat up, you want to take his back and then kind of show him hey, that's not gonna happen again.
I plan on coming out full steam, 300%.
To me, it's not an intimidation thing. He signed the paper to get in there, just like I'm gonna do. You get in there and you fight. See me walking away with a big old belt around my waist.
I'm coming hard, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to walk away with the belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get underway, making history again. In the new Pinnacle Combat cage, we present the first ever Pinnacle Combat Amateur Welterweight title bout. The Amateur Welterweight Championship is brought to you tonight by Auto Accessory and Install. We'd like to welcome them as a sponsor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Amateur Welterweight Championship. In the blue corner, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 170 pounds. With a record of 10 wins and 5 losses, Eric Thomas. And in the red corner, sponsored by the Busted Lift, standing 6 feet tall, weighing at 170 pounds. From Dubuque, Iowa, Darnell Meekins.
Here's the tale of the tape. Rob Spangler, again, Adam Gilligan joining me, and also Justin Taylor in the broadcast booth. We look forward to our first title fight of the night, guys. This is an amateur title, which Harry McLaris is putting up for grabs. Pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Something else to take note with it being a title fight. That means it is going to be a 5-round fight. It'll be 5 3-minute rounds, rather.
We're underway. Quick front kick by Thomas there, and wow, he's getting off some pretty good leg kicks right off the bat here, guys.
Darnell also too coming out with a nice 1-2 combo.
Meekins backing Thomas into the corner here. Now both fighters exchanging some flurry of punches and kicks. Back out to the center of the mat.
Yeah, definitely a strength for Thomas is his kicks. The dexterity that he gets and the techniques and the angles that he uses are very, you don't see him in traditional martial arts.
Thomas is throwing some haymakers early here, guys. Darnell able to catch him and get on his back. Darnell Meekins in the black trunks. Eric Thomas in the tight black shorts.
Darnell doing a good job of just controlling, staying heavy on him.
Meekins trying to throw an elbow in there. Lower back area. Now throwing in some knees. These can provide some pretty good damage from the backside, can't they?
Definitely mixing in a knee up to the glute area will lock up the back leg.
Thomas doesn't like it. You can tell he wants to get out of that. Trying to get to his feet. Again, Darnell Meekins in control right now. Throwing some damaging knees right now. And again, these add up. And Thomas doing a good job, though, with guard, isn't he?
Staying covered, protecting himself, doing what he's got to do, just biding his time.
Almost looked like Darnell's trying to slip in a little chokehold there for a moment.
A little bit. Now he's softening him up with some punches, and we'll see where he goes from here.
Darnell Meekins, a Dubuque favorite fighter, has a nice crowd here at the Five Flags Civic Center tonight, throwing in some good punches, knees, really inflicting some early damage here in round one.
Thomas back to his feet.
Thomas thought about a kick. Darnell backs off. Now back to the center, and a nice strong flurry there by Thomas.
Meekins with a nice counter shot at the same time.
Again, an amateur title belt is up for grabs. Both of these fighters want it. So far, it looks like Meekins may be in a little bit more control here in round one, guys.
Yeah, he definitely, controlled on the ground, made him tired, got him a little, working for it.
Clock is just about down to 10 seconds. Meekins now on his back here in the final moments of round one. Thomas trying to come in. And that'll about wrap it up for round one. So, again, round one in the books, guys. And clearly to me, it looks like Darnell Meekins won this round.
Yeah, Darnell did a good job. He came out, landed a couple real good shots, and then ended up getting that takedown and, just kind of grinded on him for the first round.
Here's a replay. Some of the knees and the damage that Meekins was able to inflict while on top here, controlling on Thomas.
There's Thomas landing a nice overhand left.
They definitely had a quick pace there in the first round. Even though a lot of it was on the ground, there's a lot of work going. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep this pace up for 4 more rounds here.
All right, we're ready for round number 2. Here it's Pinnacle Combat 13. First amateur title bout ever for Pinnacle Combat. Wow, some nice strong flurry there by Thomas. Didn't land a whole lot, though.
I found out after fighting him that Eric Thomas actually grew up as with a karate background, and you can definitely see it in the combinations that he throws.
Strong overhand right there. Meekins backs away. Now he has his back pinned to the cage. Now he's getting some, wow, nice strong uppercut there. Got a couple good shots into Meekins. But Thomas, flurry right back, backs Meekins up.
Oh, Darnell caught 2 right on the chin there.
Wow. Some good action here in round number 2 right off the bat.
Perfectly timed level change to get that takedown.
You can see already Thomas on his back breathing pretty heavy here. These guys are expending a lot of energy here.
Yeah, they sure are, but they don't seem to be slowing down much. That's that attests to their cardio and the training they're putting in the gym.
Definitely not. You can see Eric there not staying in one position, keeping moving, and ended up getting the reversal on that position. Now he's got Darnell's head up against the cage. Now he's going to work.
Yeah, Meekins now in a defensive position here. Not a whole lot behind the punches being thrown by Thomas, but Meekins doing a good job of defending, kind of, running interference, not allowing Thomas to get much.
I was going to say with that overhook he's got, and goes for the sweep.
And Meekins back to his feet. Now he throws a flurry. Wow, what a knee. Thomas somehow withstands that, guys.
Now with the new rules, to my understanding, amateurs cannot knee to the head, so the ref apparently waved it off. Apparently didn't land. That looked pretty close, though.
It's a good thing for Thomas it didn't land, although, as you said, for Meekins, he could have gotten in trouble for that one.
Well, it is the new rules, no knees or elbows to the head for amateurs, but there is a little bit of leeway if the other guy ducks into one or turns into it, so it's kind of a judgment call there, but that was close.
Again, Thomas with a nice flurry.
Yeah, wow, both fighters exchanging. But Darnell's taking a little damage here with his back against the cage. We just saw him take a right hand to the side of his face. Now he's inflicting some knees to the, elbows to the back here. What a great fight. A lot of good action in this one.
Got the takedown.
Thomas right now pinning Meekins back to the cage. Trying to throw in some stuff on top, but Meekins again kind of has him locked up here, not allowing much damage for Thomas to inflict. Welcome back to Dubuque, Iowa at the Five Flags Civic Center. There was an uppercut that Meekins landed. Now here's the flurry with Thomas backing Meekins against the cage here as we watch a replay of round number 2. Great action here, guys. And, you know, this round seemed to be more of a toss-up in my mind as far as who won.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm definitely not judging this. It was kind of too close for me to call necessarily, but it's great action.
Yeah, you got Eric coming in there looking like Vanderlei Silva with that combo walking forward, and Darnell dipping, diving, all of a sudden changes levels to get the takedown. And
no question. Round 3 about to get underway. We're again live from the Five Flags Civic Center, Dubuque, Iowa. Rob Spangler, Adam
bobbing
Gilligan.
his head, having a good time.
Yes, we are, and Justin Taylor here as well. All right, we're underway.
Darnell coming out with his hands a little wide.
Thomas landing some shots here early to begin the 3rd round. Trying for a head kick there. Wow, strong body kick as well. Ooh. Well, Eric Thomas fired up here to begin round 3, guys. Meekins looks a little bit slowed maybe too.
No, it is the 3rd round after that pace that they have been going, and they have been doing a lot of grappling, so, you know, I'm sure their limbs are both very heavy.
Meekins quickly with the nice takedown. Now he's throwing some hammer fists, trying to get some damage in on Thomas. Thomas trying to work his way back up to his feet here.
Again, back to that same position he was in the start of round 1. Just on back, you know, maintaining control, keeping heavy pressure, and just grinding on him.
Ooh, Meekins trying to lock in a rear naked here, guys. Not able to get it.
Some more hammer fists, gonna soften him up.
And Darnell Meekins,
knee coming in.
He took some damage early in this round, but now he's starting to kind of take control a little bit again. When this fight seems to go to the ground, it seems like Meekins is kind of in his comfort zone here.
Absolutely, and I mean he's Thomas with a nice Kimura there. Yeah. Darnell did a good job to reverse out of it, and a nice knee to the shoulder area there too.
Just as I was about to say, Meekins is getting comfortable on the ground, then the Kimura thrown in, and Thomas put him in danger for a second. Once again, good guard here by Thomas. He's not allowing much damage to the head. He's taking some shots again to the back and the glutes area, as you said, Adam. And
yeah, he's going to want to get up and move. Easier said than done with a guy like Darnell on you.
He threw in a couple elbows to the thigh area of Meekins. It looks like Thomas has a hold of his hand. Now Meekins able to get it free.
Definitely the pace has slowed a little bit. Oh, Darnell's got the choke under the chin.
Yeah. Meekins able to lock in the rear naked here.
Stretching him out. There's both hooks.
Can he hang on?
He's locked in.
26 seconds left in the round, and there's the tap. Just like that, Darnell Meekins is your first amateur title belt holder for Pinnacle Combat.
Congratulations, Darnell Meekins. That was a great fight.
Yeah, what a great fight. Congratulations to both of these guys. You know, both of them, only one can get the belt, but both of these guys came out a winner.
And once
you could stick Eric Thomas in there anytime, and I would love to watch that kid fight. He brings it every time.
And let's take a quick commercial break. This is Pinnacle Combat 13 from the Five Flags Civic Center in Dubuque, Iowa.
With 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the 3rd round, we have an amateur welterweight champion. Pinnacle Combat's first amateur welterweight champion, brought to you by Auto Accessory and Install. Ladies, please present the belt, your champion, from Dubuque, Iowa, Darnell Meekins. Darnell, how do you feel?
Freaking tired.
That was a great fight. You guys put on a hell of a show, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, toughest guy ever right here. Oh man, I'm gonna feel this tomorrow.
I think we found out why they call him Eric Stretch Thomas from all those high kicks he was throwing.
Punches and kicks, they all stretched and got me. Oh, man. Eric, you're the man. You're a man, dog. Oh. Somewhere else, though.
Sportsmanship, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we love MMA.
Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Buster Lift, Borshak's Barbecue, Letman, Mason Dixon. I'm getting people. The gym. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm just tired.
Understandable. Go Bears. What an effort, ladies and gentlemen. Your amateur welterweight champion, Darnell Meekins.
If the belt fits, wear it, right, guys? And it certainly fits Darnell Meekins good.
Absolutely. Again, what a great fight. I mean, just two very worthy combatants to share in that first experience. I mean, it was just an amazing fight.
Yeah, it was definitely a great fight, and the way he ended it in the third, I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't mind seeing it go the full 5 rounds with the way that was going, but I don't know how those two would have felt about round 4 and 5. So,
well, congratulations to Darnell Meekins, Pinnacle Combat 13, first amateur title belt holder. That is a nice ring to it, I'm sure, for Darnell, and he's going to be showing that belt off quite a bit. All right. Well, we'll get set for our next fight coming up here in a matter of moments, along with Adam Gilligan and Justin Taylor. I'm Rob Spangler here for Pinnacle Combat, live from the Five Flags Civic Center in Dubuque. Great venue, great crowd tonight for Pinnacle Combat 13, and we're set for our next fight. I'm Rob Spangler, joined by Adam Gilligan, Pinnacle Combat MMA fighter, and Justin Taylor as well. And guys, this next fight, we see some guys, some familiar faces, especially with Aaron Hitchin, as he gets set to step into the cage today and get set to take on David Severe.
Yeah, definitely. Aaron has actually been around. I think I've known him for a lot longer than he's known me. You know, he's been around. He's been one of the original, Dubuque guys for as far as MMA goes. He's a tough guy. He's been around forever, and I remember my first day coming into the gym, and my first couple workouts with him, thinking, it's pretty intimidating, watching him and being a big fan of his, and now he's here again. We train every day, and
Justin, what do you think of his matchup here with Severe?
It's going to be a good matchup, I think. He's coming off 2 losses to a couple tough guys, so he's looking to get another win here to get himself back up, towards the title picture. But then on David's part, a win over a guy like Aaron, even coming off 2 losses, is going to kind of cement him and move him up also. So both of these guys are looking for a win to move them closer to a title shot. So it's going to be a great fight, I think.
All right, well, let's get prepared for this next fight. Again, David Severe and Aaron Hitchin here at Pinnacle Combat 13.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Pinnacle Combat action brought to you from the Five Flags Center. Our next fight is brought to you by the Tim Brown 5 Group Incorporated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing at 170 pounds, David Severe. And in the red trunks, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall with the Mohawk 6'2", weighing in at 170 pounds. Sponsored by Gary's Tattoos and Piercings, the Iowa Bison Company, Letman Chiropractic, the gym Signs on Time Extreme Striker, and representing Trust Kill MMA and Lot 1, fighting out of the gym from Dubuque, Iowa, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron the Lynchman Hitchin.
Here's the tail of the tape, guys. A little bit of a height advantage for Hitchin. We are set for round 1. Hitchin in the red trunks, Severe in the red and black.
Coming out with a couple good leg kicks, and Aaron right back with a couple punches.
Nice front kick there.
Now Aaron did train a lot of stand-up for this fight. Does feel it is his strong suit. He does do it very well.
Well, and to add to that, I talked to Aaron a couple times leading up to the fight, and he was extremely excited about the new cage, the bigger cage. That's going to benefit the strikers, I think, and that's one thing he's talked about, so we'll see if he can take advantage of that.
So far, both fighters staying pretty center to the new cage, right in the middle. Getting some good action in here, some leg kicks. And
yeah, it's definitely no more phone booth action, that's for sure. That thing's huge.
Right now, just looks like they're feeling each other out here in round one.
Both just kind of moving around, and Severe with a nice leg kick that landed deep.
Yeah, right above the knee. And here comes Hinchin right back, trading. And both fighters looking pretty comfortable here early on in round one.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a nice striking exchange right now. Good Superman over the top.
Hinchin again, kind of just feeling out here Severe.
Kind of pawing out there, testing the waters.
Nice exchange there by Hinchin. And Severe taking his time too. Severe being very patient here right now. Ooh, nice leg strike there by Hinchin.
And just a reminder to our audience out there, with this being our first pro fight, the rounds are 5 minutes, not the 3 minutes from our previous fight. So we'll be doing 3 5-minute rounds being pros.
Probably why the pace is a little bit more, I guess, laid back, if you will.
Yeah, I think it could be that, and I think some of it might be experience. Both these guys are experienced, so they know it is a long haul, and I think they also, you know, maybe the jitters might not be there as much as some of the amateur guys, so it does have a little slower pace to it.
But some good striking action nonetheless. These guys are taking their time, but they're getting in some pretty good lower body kicks especially.
Definitely, you know, a slower pace. However, it's more of a methodical, you know, accurate striking fight, as opposed to, you know, to quote Duke Rufus, as opposed to a ghetto whopper fight kind of deal.
That's a great line. There's Hinchin. Throwing some right hands.
You know, anybody can get in there, throw a bunch of overhand rights, bunch of haymakers, whatever it is. You know, it takes two very highly trained fighters to go ahead and have a back and forth battle such as these two are having.
Well, Hinchin has some good power too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely brings some power into the cage. You don't want to get hit with one of those shots.
Pretty good hand speed.
And you see Aaron, you know, he's out there, he's getting loose. You know, he likes to, in the practice room, he likes to throw the spinning back fist. We'll see if that ever comes into play.
Timeout here. Looks like we had a shot to the midsection. So we'll just take a breather for a moment, but Hinchin looks no worse for the wear. Getting to Severe, guys, again, he's just, as you said, I think the word's methodical, Adam. He's taking his time. He's kind of feeling out Hinchin.
Definitely. And again, Dave Severe also, I believe, was on, you know, a few of the earlier Pinnacle cards, if I'm not mistaken. He's been around, you know, for a good time. You know, he's very experienced. You know, one off round definitely is not going to it's not going to phase him.
We're getting close to the 1 minute mark here of round number one. Once again, maybe it seems like a slower pace, but as you said, Adam, these are timed strikes, accurate strikes. Both of these fighters are definitely taking their shots here in round one.
Yeah, there's not a lot of wasted energy, a lot of wasted movements here. Everything, for the most part, is landing. You know, maybe not all of it solid, but there's not a lot of flailing around. They're going to conserve their energy.
Yeah, definitely utilizing a lot of footwork, a lot of head movement going on right now.
It's been all stand-up too, guys. Nobody has taken it down to the mat just yet.
Yeah, so far we've been we have been treated to a stand-up war, which everybody likes. Everybody's here to see some, you know, people get punched in the face, not necessarily a wrestling match. So Aaron with a spinning back kick, landing to the lower stomach area.
And we're approaching the 10-second mark here of round one. I don't know, guys. Pretty even first round here so
I would
far.
have to agree. Aaron with a nice body kick at the end.
Ooh, spinning back fist.
There's the spinning back fist I was talking about to end the round.
Well,
wow.
That's a way to end a round, huh? So
Bit of an exclamation on the end of it there.
I was just about to say how even it was, and then I think right there, Hinchin just took the round.
That definitely sealed the round for him. But something I noticed there right after it ended, David did pop right back up. So I don't know how much trouble necessarily he was in. I don't know if that was a clean knockdown or knocked him off balance, but he did pop right back up. So it would have been interesting if it wasn't for that bell.
Definitely. Was not expecting that at the end of the round, and just placed perfectly by Aaron.
We're ready for round 2, and we are underway. Again, Pinnacle Combat 13 here, live from the Five Flags Civic Center, Dubuque, Iowa. Got a great pro fight here. Aaron Hinchin, David Severe. Hinchin in the red trunks, Severe in the red and black.
Basically picked up right where we left off in the first round, filling out with the hands and then just nailing those leg kicks.
Both fighters, again, after a 5-minute round, still looking pretty fresh, I would say.
Definitely, both are doing a good job of controlling that distance where they need it, and landing hard when they want to throw them.
Still haven't seen it go down to the mat yet either. Both of these fighters pretty content here to stand and trade.
Yeah, I don't know that you'll see Aaron want to take it to the mat. I mean, I think he's feeling pretty comfortable on his feet, and I think that's where he likes it anyways. So if he's controlling up there, I don't think he has any reason.
Especially with that staple on the end of the last round.
See if he tries to land that again.
There he's catching the kick.
Caught the heel.
Cage goes down.
Severe down on
Severe.
his back. Hinchin now tries
Looking
to get on top.
Severe rolling for a leg lock. Aaron's going to have to spin out of that one.
And I don't know that he went to the ground as much as he got pulled down to the ground by David there.
Yeah, it didn't look like...
Well, that's it. Just like that, it's over with. You know, we talked about this fight not going to the ground. As soon as it goes to the ground, boom.
I couldn't quite see what that was. Was that a knee bar? Was that an ankle lock?
I didn't get a good look at it either. We'll have to see what the replay shows. Here it is.
Just wraps the leg, figure four.
You can see how red his knee is after it was locked up.
And there's the tap.
Get a couple different angles here on the finish.
Wow, that was a great technical finish by Dave Severe.
Boy, and for Aaron Hinchin, it got to be a little disappointing. You're doing so good in the stand-up. As soon as it goes to the ground, something like that happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, that fight was brought to you by the Tim Brown 5 Group Incorporated. Your winner with 2 minutes and 39 seconds in the second round, by Achilles lock, David Severe.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up for that fight. We'll have more coming up from the Five Flags Civic Center in Dubuque, Iowa, along with Adam Gilligan and Justin Taylor. I'm Rob Spangler here for Pinnacle Combat 13. We're back at the Five Flags Civic Center, downtown Dubuque, Iowa. Great night for fights. Pinnacle Combat 13 putting on another tremendous show.
I'm Matt Wyckoff from Peoria, Illinois. Train at S2K MMA and Central Illinois Combat Club. We focus on a lot of no-gi grappling and stand-up, kickboxing. Our core focuses there are on strength and conditioning because you never know whenever the fight's going to end. You got to be able to fight from the start to the finish. Cardio is good right now. I work with my coach right now on through all types of different circuits. I'm a fast starter. My game plan is to get in there and close the distance and fight the inside fight.
Madam Schumacher from Dubuque, Iowa. Fight at 145. Started wrestling in high school. 2-time state placer. I was a 1-time runner-up my senior year. Did Muay Thai as well under Dean Lacey. Won a national title for him. My style has a lot to do with Muay Thai and wrestling. I got a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Coming off, I had a separated disc in the last fight. Healed up great. I have no problems at all. Hasn't bothered me. After my performance in the last fight and with what happened, losing the chance at another title, I got a lot of caged aggression. I'm going to be a beast, I think, in there. I'm just going to let loose.
It doesn't really matter to me what he thinks he's going to do, because when I get in there, I'm coming straight at him, and it's going to be a fight.
His record's not too well, but just his size alone is going to make it a tough fight.
He's going to be in there with a man at 145 pounds. I might weigh in at that, but I'm going to be a lot bigger than that when I get in that cage. And he might want to think about going back down to 135.
Nothing against the guy or anything, but I've got a point to prove now, and I want to work my way back.
Just want him to know that when he gets in there, this is going to be a real fight. It's go time. It's time to put up or shut up.
Harry McGlaris once again lining up a great fight card. And guys, this next name, Adam Schumacher, very familiar name in the Dubuque fight game. He's been on a lot of Pinnacle Combat cards, although I think he finds himself in a little bit of unfamiliar territory coming in on a loss here into this fight, guys.
Yeah, definitely. He's always a crowd favorite. He does, he brings it. He's in the gym, he's training, he's busting ass, but he does have a tough opponent. Matt Wyckoff is no joke. He's been in there with some very, very tough guys, some very legit guys. And I think this is going to be a good fight for Shuey.
Yeah, Rob Spengler, Adam Gilligan, the voice you just heard, and Justin Taylor joining you on the broadcast. And guys, Schumacher, again, he's been certainly one of the crowd favorites in Pinnacle Combat. He always brings a great crowd. He's also an explosive, exciting fighter. He has a lot of raw, natural talent, doesn't he, Justin?
Yeah, he sure does. And you mentioned it earlier. He's got some pressure, I think, on because he is coming off a loss. It was a title fight, a great fight where he was in control for part of it. But a problem he runs into is being the favorite. Everybody knows Shuey. So when these guys come in from out of town that people might not know or they don't have the big names, they automatically assume he's going to walk through them and they're not tough guys. And this is another case where this just isn't. It's not the case. This guy's going to be a real tough guy for Adam, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, Wyckoff and Schumacher coming up next here from Pinnacle Combat 13.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by our good friends at the Sandy Hook Tavern, just across the river in Wisconsin. Hosts of our lovely Ring and Girl contest, we'd like to thank our lovely Ring and Girls tonight representing the Sandy Hook. If you're looking for a good time, check out the music at the Sandy Hook, and don't forget our Ring and Girl contest. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our second to last fight of the evening. In the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing 145 pounds, Matt Wyckoff. And in the red corner, sponsored by Gary's Tattoos and Piercings, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 145 pounds, from Dubuque, Iowa, Adam Schumacher.
And let's take a quick commercial break. Loud roar from the hometown fans cheering on Shuey, as they call him, Adam Schumacher. He's undersized in this fight, though, guys. And is that something to think about as we get ready to fight? Because I think Wyckoff kind of, talked about it in the promo piece before the fight, that he's fighting a man here.
Yeah, they weighed in at 145 last night. You can tell just by looking at Wyckoff, he is not 145 pounds tonight.
So certainly the size advantage goes to Wyckoff. Schumacher in the tight red shorts and Wyckoff in the long red and black trunks.
Wyckoff coming out with a 1-3, both that I think landed.
Shuey going for some leg kicks here early, keeping his distance. Now he gets in close, and Wyckoff able to take him down. Again, using that size to get on top. Shuey now trying to throw some elbows to the top of the head. And boy, I tell you, that can do some damage if you can land those.
Yeah, that's a good way to cut somebody, ring their bell, but it's definitely a fight ender if they land.
Well, it looks like Shuey rolling up for and he's back in the guard.
Yeah, he almost had that armbar for a second, didn't he, Adam?
Yeah, he did. One thing to note, though, training at a Central Illinois Combat Club, Wyckoff has Bob Long there. The guy's a ninja. Great coach, very knowledgeable. There you see a great triangle submission defense from Wyckoff.
Wyckoff again on top, Shuey on his back here. Wyckoff just, using his size, kind of applying pressure on top of him, laying on top of Schumacher, and Shuey trying to spin out of it, but can't.
Utilizing the weight, the size advantage.
Now he's trying
looks like he's got his arm underneath across the neck there.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to lock in here a choke.
Doesn't look like it's quite under the neck. Looks like it's on the chin.
Dangerous position here for Schumacher.
Schumacher doing what he's got to do. He's turning into the arm that's choking him, and there he gets out of it.
Great close-up shots here by the film crew. Pinnacle Combat 13, we have Schumacher and Wyckoff going on it. Second to last fight of the night, guys. This one so far a dandy in round one.
Definitely Wyckoff doing a good job just controlling it, keeping Shuey's head against the cage, landing the shots when he needs to. Boy, coming over the top with a big elbow there.
Is Schumacher used to being on his back this much in a fight? I don't hardly ever remember him being on his back this much.
No, I think he's used to kind of controlling the fight mostly, and Wyckoff's doing a great job.
We're trying to get that armbar in again, guys.
Yeah, I was saying, Wyckoff's doing a great job of using his size to his advantage here, just kind of controlling Shuey.
That was a flush shot right to the face, right to the kisser of Schumacher.
And one thing to note also, Schumacher is, he's no stranger to jiu-jitsu. His jiu-jitsu is pretty slick. He's thrown up a couple good submissions already. Find himself here in full mount. He's got his feet on the cage, eating some big elbows.
Yeah, Schumacher trying to defend.
Ooh, big shots from Wyckoff.
Wyckoff landing, though. Boy, he's doing some damage here. Schumacher is in trouble now, guys. Trying his best to defend.
Schumacher trying to reach up to retain.
Boy, he's taking some elbows, fists.
He's got a long time to survive this round. He needs to do something here.
Yeah, he's got over a minute and a half left yet in round one. Schumacher desperately trying to cover up here.
He's got to go ahead and tie the wrists up or pull the head down to, again, easier said than done.
Once again, Wyckoff getting some damage. Schumacher trying his best.
Going to step in to save him.
Yep, Schumacher trying his best, but eventually the damage too much, according to the referee, and we have a stoppage here in round one.
Definitely. It's everybody loves Shuey, but that was a just stoppage in my opinion. I don't think Shuey's gonna argue it either. Tough fight, just ran into a Mack truck there and Matt Wyckoff.
Yeah, the problem for Schumacher, guys, he couldn't get out from underneath. He just couldn't.
No, the size and Wyckoff's game plan, that just played in nice. It wasn't a big flashy fight. It wasn't like our last couple of fights, but he had a game plan. He executed it, smothered him, and didn't really let Shuey do anything. Congratulations to Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight was brought to you by the Sandy Hook Tavern, just across the bridge in Wisconsin. Your winner with 3 minutes and 40 seconds of the first round. A TKO due to strikes. Matt Wyckoff.
Well, we'll see how Schumacher bounces back, but Matt Wyckoff, pretty impressive here in the Pinnacle Combat cage tonight. Well, coming up next, we have our final title fight of the night, and that is coming up after this, live from the Five Flags Civic Center in Dubuque, Iowa. It's Pinnacle Combat 13. Welcome back to Pinnacle Combat 13. Rob Spangler, Adam Gilligan, and Justin Taylor, time guys for our main event.
My name is Jeremy Castro. I'm from Savannah, Illinois. I train in Bettendorf, Iowa at the Militich Fighting Systems. I'm working hard on my stand-up, doing a lot of grappling as well here at MFS. Also hitting the treadmill hard, simulating matches, good weight training, whether it's the rows or the elliptical, to just old-fashioned pull-ups and curls. I love fighting in Pinnacle. It's definitely a Class A show. They always have good fighters, treat us real well, and good exposure.
My name's Eric Wisely. Fought in Strikeforce once, UFC twice. I love fighting for Pinnacle. It's pretty much my backyard in Dubuque. It's an hour away. I train out of Clinton, Iowa. I also train out of Morrison, Illinois. 2-3 times a day, every other day. 6 days a week. wrestle and spar and jits and everything else that we can.
Eric Wisely, a little bit of a rival. We both started out around the same time in our amateur careers.
I fought Jeremy Castro twice, once in Sebula. I thought I won that in points, but it went to a decision in his hometown. And then the second time I fought Jeremy was in Clinton, Iowa, and I beat him in a decision.
We each own a victory over each other, so this is basically the long-awaited rubber match.
I don't think he's progressed enough to do anything different than before.
You know, the problems that Eric has had in the past are usually guys that can get him on the ground.
I don't think he can last more than 3 rounds with how I've progressed.
I've been training and planning for a 5-round grueling dogfight, which I think it'll be.
I really hope it goes 5 rounds.
It's time to get it on now. You know, this is everything I've worked for.
And this time I'm gonna go out there looking to finish the fight.
This is probably my biggest fight I've had. You know, not getting any younger, so.
I think it's gonna be 3rd, maybe 4th round. Hopefully a TKO.
I know he's gonna bring it, and I'm gonna bring it, and just may the best man win.
This one should tell you how it turns out.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our main event of the evening, the Pinnacle Combat Lightweight Championship. In the blue corner, fighting out of Savannah, Illinois, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing at 155 pounds, sponsored by Gary's Tattoos and Piercings, Jeremy Castro. And in the red corner, the reigning Pinnacle Combat Lightweight Champion, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing at 155 pounds, from Clinton, Iowa, Eric Little Lee Wisely.
Take a look at the tail of the tape here. Wisely, a slight height advantage, certainly has the UFC experience under his belt. And Adam Gilligan, you pointed out the fact that Eric is just he's a fighter's fighter, isn't he? I mean, he loves to fight.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that I've kind of been hearing, and he also touched on, was the how much he's evolved as far as since their last fights. And that's definitely, I think, something that's going to come into play, is who's done more work and who's become better.
Right now, Castro has Wisely back against the cage here. Looked like he was going to try and take him down for a moment. Wisely, ooh.
Oh, Wisely with a big elbow off, and he's out. Big elbow off the break.
Oh, my goodness. And right now, Castro's just staggered at the moment. Just like that, it is over. Your title holder still is Eric Wisely, and a backflip for good measure.
What just happened?
Here's the replay. I mean, that was just like, look at that elbow. Wow.
I think that's a good stoppage there too. I don't know if there can be any complaints about that. He was out for a little bit there.
He hit him with the first elbow, then went with the left hand, missed, but the elbow did it. I mean, that was just like that, and Castro was out.
Just controlling that wrist, and all of a sudden let one fly, and there it landed.
That's high-level striking right there. You don't accidentally do something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight would not be possible without the sponsorship of the Players' Choice Sports Bar and the Mystique Casino. Make sure you join us there for a Bud Light afterwards. We'd also like to thank the Sandy Hook Tavern, Gary's Tattoo, Let Me Duck Chiropractic, the Tim Brown 5 Group, Miss Kitty's Grape Escape, Gabi's Sports Pub and Eatery, Auto Accessory and Install, Willis Computer Solutions, Top Notch Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Dubuque Photography. Check out their website, dubuquephotography.net, for tonight's action. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pinnacle Combat Lightweight Champion, with 29 seconds in the first round, by knockout, from Clinton, Iowa, Eric Wisely. Congratulations, Champ. How's it feel?
Too quick. You know me, guys. I like a 5-minute rounds, but oh well. I did beat Joe, wherever Joe Malini is.
Yeah, I know you tend to prefer going to a decision and making it interesting, but it probably feels good to get a result.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank everybody. My girlfriend, Carrie Coyce. the Lodge, Mustangs, Morrison Mustangs. They'd help me out with wrestling, which I didn't really guess I needed too much in this fight. But all my sponsors, Aegis, the Lodge, Clinton Janitorial, and all the fans, of course.
Thank you, Eric.
So Eric Wisely retains his championship belt. And boy, too quick, as Eric said, guys, in his closing comments there. We all were looking forward to a longer fight than that. But I tell you what, you step into the cage, you never know what's going to happen. And Eric Wisely showing off the skills that he's learned in all of his fighting, including UFC. Great night of fights. Pinnacle Combat 13, third time it's harm. Again, along with Adam Gilligan, Justin Taylor, I'm Rob Spangler. Have a great evening for Pinnacle Combat 13.